Watch out for these 3 home insurance booby traps that can sabotage a claim for your roof, windows, or siding. Number 1, high deductibles, percentage-based deductibles, or special deductibles for hail and wind. If your claim is approved, the home insurance company has their part that they're going to pay for the claim, but you as a homeowner have a legal obligation to pay your part, and that's called the deductible. Just because you had a low deductible when you first got the policy, it does not mean you have a low deductible now. Many times on renewal letters, insurance companies will raise your deductible. But as we all get busy, sometimes homeowners don't realize that the insurance company raised their deductible from their initial amount. So you're going to want to look at what was the deductible on the date of the storm. The next thing you'll want to find out, is your deductible a flat set amount, or is it based on a percentage of the dwelling coverage? Now, the dwelling coverage is not the home value of your house. The dwelling coverage is how much does it cost to rebuild your house from the ground up according to your insurance company. So for example, if you had a $500,000 home, the property value, that's really irrelevant because the insurance company might say it costs $1 million to rebuild your home. And if you have a percentage deductible and it's set at 2%, your deductible could be $20,000. Again, this is a large booby trap that a lot of people don't even realize that they have in their policy. So it's especially important to understand what kind of deductible you have. One other thing you'll want to look for, is there a special deductible for wind and hail events? You may have a low deductible for all other losses, but when it comes to wind or hail losses, your deductible may be exponentially higher. Number 2, do you have a replacement cost coverage policy, an actual cash value policy, or are you on a roof schedule payment? Replacement cost coverage is always preferred. This means the insurance company is going to pay the full cost to bring your home to pre-loss conditions. So for example, if you have a 15-year-old roof, the insurance company may pay you 50% up front minus the deductible. And if you have replacement cost coverage, they'll give you the remaining 50% to replace the roof after the work is completed. If you have an actual cash value policy, they're not going to pay that final 50%. And this now is your responsibility to pay. So you need to find out if you have replacement cost coverage or actual cash value coverage. Another thing you're going to want to look at is, do you have building ordinance and law? Now what this is many cities and villages may have upped the standards of what they expect when you rebuild the house, and it will be required when you get the permits. If you don't have building ordinance and law, you may be stuck with this bill. So for example, windows are becoming more energy efficient all the time. And many times when houses were built, they had lower standards for energy efficiency. Now cities won't even give you the permits to do your windows unless they meet current standards. And if you don't have building ordinance and law, you're going to be stuck with flipping that bill. Another thing you're going to want to look at, is your roof on a schedule? So what this might mean is, even if you have replacement cost coverage, the insurance company may have your roof on a schedule based on the percentage of how old it is. So for example, if your roof is a few years old, they may only pay you a small percentage of what it costs to replace your roof. Number 3, do you have any metal exclusions on your policy? If you have metal exclusions, the insurance company is not going to want to pay for gutters, downspouts, aluminum window wraps, aluminum fascia, even aluminum siding, and metal roofing, even if they were damaged by the storm. That's why it's important to understand what type of policy you have and if your policy has any of those booby traps that we talked about. I want to thank you so much for joining us, and I'll see you on the next video.